Time now for a sports update on a podcast. Detroit's Tariq Skubal and Pittsburgh's Paul Skeens were named the 2025 Cy Young Award winners. Notre Dame star Hannah Hidalgo dropped 44 points and an NCAA record 16 steals in a blowout win over Akron. And finally, after 232 years, the U.S. Mint has made the last penny. How about that? 16 fucking steals, Izzy. Insane.
I saw a headline on that really ticked me off because it went Irish star sets record 16 steals, 44 points or whatever. I was like, oh, who is this international superstar from Ireland? And then I'm like, oh, it's the Fighting Irish. You got to give me a fighting or you got to give me an ND or Notre Dame. You can't just go Irish star. Like, that's a little misleading. That's all I'm saying.
The 44 points did not jump out. The 16 steals, holy shit. That's insane.
That's right? Incredible. I mean, the 44 points jumped out too. If you watch some of those highlights, this girl is dirty. But yeah, 16 steals is ridiculous. It's like a whole team helpless. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to pass the ball because this woman keeps stealing it from me.
Yeah. Sad day for the penny, huh? I mean, what's going to happen to a penny for your thoughts? I mean,
give your 2 cents on it.
No, you can't. There's no 2-cent piece. You got to go nickel for your thoughts now. There's no 2-cent piece, Mikey, but there's a $2 bill.
No, I know. Even the price.
Wait, what do you do with $2 bills? I have 3 of them in my pocket, firmly entrenched in my pocket. I never use them. They're good luck. They're also valuable if you have the right serial number.
Yeah, no. Mikey's got a whole stack of them, and he probably has checked all those serial numbers. What year was that? Like, it's supposed to be 2013, right?
They would still be in his possession if he checked those serial numbers. I mean,
everything's going to hell. Even the price of your thoughts is going up.
Izzy, what do you want to do with a penny for your thoughts? Do you give your 2 cents now? You can't because there's no more pennies. So it's got to be a nickel for your thoughts, right?
If you're charging, like, why can't we go the other direction? Why can't we say, get your thoughts out free card? It's like a get out of jail free card.
Who's giving their thoughts out for free, though? I mean, Jesus.
Me, over the last several months.
You are. Yes. Thank you for doing so.
Okay, I guess that's my payment. You're welcome.
A thank you. Yes, I pay you in thank yous. Yep.
What a run for the penny.
Yeah, it was. It was a great run. Yes. Thank you, Taylor. That's all you have.
Was it a great run? When was the last time you did anything meaningful with a penny? I think the last thing I did meaningful with a penny was prove that Taco Bell sauce can clean anything. Because it cleaned up all my pennies, and that's about it.
The penny is having the same run as Aaron Rodgers. Just get rid of it at this point.
What a surefire first-ballot Hall of Famer.
What, a coin Hall of Fame?
Sure.
Like a monetary Hall of Fame? What kind of Hall of Fame are we doing here? Yes, the penny would be a first-ballot Hall of Famer in some sort of monetary Hall of Fame. What would that Hall of Fame be? Like, if it's a coin Hall of Fame, you just have the standard. You have the penny. You have the nickel. You have the dime.
Wait. I don't think the nickel's in. I don't think nickel.
Not yet. Hasn't
nickel
done
and
enough.
diming. If you're nickel and diming people, that's something. It's got to get in there.
Yes,
the
but what
Buffalo
other
nickel
coins would be in there outside of the standard coins? Is what I'm. Is
the Buffalo nickel.
What's it? The silver dollar? Who is the woman that's on that thing?
Susan B. Anthony?
Yeah, the Susan B. Anthony dollar. That's not in the Hall of Fame. Get that one out of there. Outside looking in.
Hall of very good.
But there's only 4 coins, guys. Like penny. There's only 4 first ballot Hall of Fame coins.
Okay, let's just put them all on the Mount Rushmore and move on.
Well, now I'm trying to think. What I was doing is should Brad Penny be in there? Like now I'm trying to think of athletes that could own coins or named after a coin or something like that.
I'm offended that you said there's only 4 coins. I mean, clearly you haven't seen the infomercials at 2 a.m. where you can get a limited edition gold-plated nickel or whatever it is sent for only 3 easy payments of $39.95.
The Trump coin?
Yes, all of them.
I was going to say Trump.
I disagree with I disagree with you on pennies. I think pennies are still very, very valuable. I mean, you go into a Starbucks and it's $6.37. Those 2 pennies come in handy, man. I'm serious. They do. You got 30. You have $6.35, and then you need the 2 pennies. They're sitting there. They're right in the ashtray for me, and I get them and I hand them. I'm gonna miss the penny.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Leave a penny, take a penny is not going to be something you miss, Stu. You're never going to remember it. I'm trying to think of a segue here, and the best I can come up with is Steph Currency.
Not bad. Taylor, put it on the poll. Are you going to miss the penny? Currency.
Vanderbilt has a basketball player right now, Tyler Nickel.
Oh, wow. Find someone named Dime.
Danny.
Wow.
Okay.
Quarter?
Is there an athlete with quarter in his name? And we can complete this conversation.
Oh, God. Anyway, it was in the update. What can I tell you? Sorry. Go ahead, Izzy.
Yeah. But we usually don't talk about that part of the update. We usually talk about the other part of the update.
I know, but I listen, it's my mistake. I'm sorry. It's the rare time I will talk about the final story on the update. But Taylor put in parentheses a penny for your thought. What are we going to replace it with? And I felt like we needed to explore that. That's all.
Former Miami Hurricane. He played on the Chargers. Shaq Quarterman.
How about that?
There you go. Put those 4 names together. Put it on a mountain. Let's, as Jason Kidd would tell us, move forward.
Yes.
Shall we? Because this whole Jason Kidd telling the Dallas Mavericks fans to just get over it, mate. Like, just get over it. It's not a big deal anymore. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life, Stu. And I think that you agree with Jason Kidd here. So I don't know if I want you here. Why don't you tell me what you think of this situation with Jason Kidd telling the Mavs fans to move on because Nico's been fired. Let's not chant in this arena anymore. Let's not think about Luka Doncic trade. Let's just move forward.
This is more ridiculous than the conversation we were just having.
No, the other one was more ridiculous than this.
All right, fair. Cameron Dollar, by the way.
But seeing that, okay, I guess, yeah.
I'm still on it.
Is there a 50-cent piece? Because
50.
Yeah. He hates us. He wants to talk NBA. Izzy, so here's my deal with Jason Kidd.
Yes.
I agree. I know you think this is ridiculous. I know Dallas Maverick fans are upset. You probably feel like they should still be upset. But at some point, Jesus fucking Christ, move on, man. Like, get over it. The fact that you still had fans going up to Nico in the arena complaining about the trade of Luka, who won them nothing, by the way, and who has won nothing since he's been in the NBA. It was a bad trade. We get it. Nothing has gone right. The Lakers are good. The Mavericks are bad. Anthony Davis gets hurt the first game. The Dallas Mavericks have him, and he's hurt again. He's barely played any basketball. Kyrie hasn't come back yet. But Jesus Christ, the trade was made. You can't reverse it. As a fan base, stop complaining. And the guy responsible for the trade, the guy you all wanted out of there, he's gone. Move on. Please, enough with Maverick fans who suddenly care about basketball.
Move on, please. I heard. Great argument. Move on, please. I like it.
Well, what else can you do? You can't reverse it.
No. There's a lot you can do, Stu. Wow. You're not trying to reverse the trade. You're trying to keep your thumb on this, like force this organization to do right, to continue to do right, because everybody knows it wasn't just a horrible trade. It was you hired this Nico Harrison. And now that he's out, everybody's showing the receipts on how much of an idiot he was, supposedly, right? Yep. This is still the organization that hired that idiot. Sorry about the phrasing. This is still that organization that, when I was chanting Fire Nico, they were like, no, we're not going to do that. And then you chanted it so much that they did it. Okay, so you got what you wanted. You, as the fan base, feel like you have some sort of power here and can affect the decisions of the organization whose decisions have been terrible for you. Like, you're going to tell me defense wins championships. We want guys that are in shape. And you got a defender who's fat and Anthony Davis sitting on the sideline, not even playing. Like, if I'm the fan base, I'm like, I'm not going to be okay with what you told me before, because at some point you're in charge of the organization again and you're going to fuck it up again. And so I poured my heart and soul into Luka Doncic. I thought for at least we had 20 years of one of the best basketball players in the league. And now I'm supposed to get over it, mate, and just sit there and just trust that they're going to do it right this time? Fuck no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to yell and yell and yell because, again, this time it worked. They got rid of Nico. Now right. I'm gonna chant other stuff like hire intelligently.
That's like a terrible cheer, man.
Would be a bad cheer.
No, but I'm not going to get over it. I'm certainly not going to get over it and just move on because Jason Kidd told me. I'm doing Jason Kidd a favor by keeping the pressure on the organization because that guy needs to win. It's not like they're going to keep him around for another 10 years if he doesn't win with this group. It's absolutely ridiculous to say, move on. Now everything's going to be okay. Why?
But who are you trying to keep the pressure on? You're trying to keep the pressure on ownership. That's who we're talking about. We're talking about ownership. But you're not chanting sell the team.
Right.
Like you're not that if you're not chanting that, you're not doing anything good.
So chant sell the team. It's probably shorter than mine.
No, you're probably higher intelligently.
Think about how much
doing it. Let's all try it. Let's see if we can coordinate.
Sell the team. Everybody's done that.
Wait, listen.
Intelligently.
I will get back to your thoughts on the Mavericks. I know you want to stay here for a second. I do like this topic, but let's try just the four of us because I think the cheer you came up with, higher intelligently, is impossible to coordinate.
Super
let's see if just the four of us on this Zoom can do it, okay? On the count of three.
Is it on three or after three?
I'm going to say three, and then we start doing it, okay?
So after three, okay.
After three. 1, 2, 3.
Higher intelligently.
Higher intelligently.
Terrible.
It's terrible. And it's even when you're drunk, that's horrible. I mean, slurring. That's a tough word, intelligently.
Ironic.
Isn't it?
It should absolutely be the next chant. And I'm telling you, telling the fans to calm down.
Yes.
You think that's going to work? How many marriages does that work in? Telling the other half to calm down. You're mad for no reason. It's absolutely going to set them off.
I could speak from decades of experience. It never works.
But Izzy, when you're listening to the Mavericks players, they're saying, we feel like they're taking it out on us now. It feels like we don't even have a home court advantage. At some point, don't you think the fans should be like, hey, we might actually be causing our team to lose, and now it's like a chicken or the egg scenario?
Sure. If I'm a player, I'm looking at the organization and saying, you did this. They're mad at you, and they're taking it out on us. Fix this shit. It's not about the fans. The fans are reacting properly. This was the most shocking trade in the history of the NBA, and Nico Harrison has, at least by reports, been proven to be a buffoon, and your organization did all that. This ownership group that does not include Mark Cuban at the helm did all that, and your answer now is, trust me. We're going to be okay. No, the players need to be like, see, this is your fault. We're doing everything we can. If I missed a free throw, PJ Washington missed a free throw because their chance, then that directly impacts the wins and loss by your team. Your fault, not the fans' fault.
Izzy, I agree that the fans should be upset. I'm not saying they shouldn't be upset. And they could be upset for as long as they want. But can they pipe down? I mean, seriously.
So how do you want them to express their desires for things to change in the organization? Would you like them to write letters? Do you want them to go on? Well, you probably do want them to go on local radio shows. Just do anything but chant in the building. Is that what you want? Because that's the one that seems to be doing the work.
Anything but chant higher intelligently. Yes.
Higher, smarter.
It is crazy to hire smarter is better, actually. Not much better. Go ahead, Taylor.
When I'm at Yankee games, I'm chanting, less analytics.
That's a good chant. That's a good chant.
I'm not, again, they should be upset. The trade came out of nowhere. Not only were Maverick fans shocked, people who work inside you were shocked, Israel Gutierrez, when this trade went. Stephen A. Smith was shocked. I mean, people who are tied to this league did not see it coming. And I'm not saying don't be upset. And it is interesting to see a fan base influence the firing of Nico Harrison. That is interesting. But be upset. Talk about it with your friends. Talk about it with your family. Discuss it. The Luka trade. What a terrible trade. But enough. It's a topic like every 3 days. And you know what? The guy responsible for the trade is out, and therefore I am done talking about it.
Are you saying
have a job.
pray
You
for
got
change?
what you wanted.
Are you saying get with your family and pray for change? Is that,
listen,
what you
it's
want?
Luka. I don't know if a fan base could fall in love with a guy who never won them anything. He didn't win them anything.
He won them a Western Conference championship.
Well, congratulations.
If you want change, though, don't ask for a penny.
Yeah.
So we should change the subject then, is what you're saying?
No. I do like the subject. I do. Only from the standpoint of you're wanting the fans to speak louder. Mm-hmm. But about what? They spoke loud enough where the guy who's responsible for the trade is gone. You want them to have influence on decisions moving forward?
Yes. Again, because this is the same largely group of people that hired Nico. And if they're responsible to do it again, they might F it up again. I think there's a great example of this when Golden State sold to Joe Lacob and those guys. They had a Chris Mullin, a legend. His jersey was being retired that night. Yep. Okay. And when Lacob got on the mic, this was soon after the Monte Ellis trade. Think about this. Monte Ellis, who was no Luka Doncic.
No.
They were so pissed that they traded Monte Ellis. They booed Lacob during Chris Mullin's jersey retirement. And Chris Mullin had to get on the mic and say, hey, guys, trust us. These things are going to work out. It's okay. That worked out. They changed the organization. They had Steph Curry. They clearly had a plan. Right. This Mavericks team, what are they hanging their hat on? What are they saying to themselves? Trust us, we're going to get this right. Because even the very trade for Luka, where they could have said, all right, at least defense is going to win us champion. The guy's not on the court, and he looks worse than Luka did in terms of being physically prepared to play basketball. So what direction are they taking us? I have no idea. And I would be very pissed off if in 2011 it won a championship, got back to the finals just a couple of years ago. And now it looks like for several years we will be the joke of the league because they're probably going to have to tear this apart. Kyrie Irving's not going to be happy and stay there if they're not any good. It's just a terrible situation in which the fans should have as much voice in it as possible.
Okay, and that's fair. I don't mind the fans having a voice, but in terms of a tortured fan base, like the Dallas Maverick fan base is not. Okay,
correct.
Like, as
trying
Knicks
to avoid
fans,
getting there.
As Knicks fans, me and Taylor would tell you, I would take being the worst team in the NBA for a couple of years to have what the Mavericks have had over the last 20 years. I would. They've had Dirk. They've had Nash. Cuban's a good owner. They've won a championship. They've gone back to the NBA Finals. Yeah. They've had Kyrie. They've had Luka. They might
and they
get
thought
LeBron.
It would continue.
I mean,
why wouldn't it continue? Why wouldn't it continue if you still have Luka? You can continue that for another decade, but you're mad that he's not in shape.
Izzy, I get it. But they don't have Luka anymore, and they're still complaining about not having Luka even after the guy who's responsible for the trade has been fired. Like, they should be celebrating that, you know?
So, Izzy, you're more of our NBA guy. So I have a theory, but I don't know if it's been vocalized already by people. So I'm going to run the theory by you.
Okay.
I'm reading more about Nico Harrison since he's gotten fired, going further back to like the trade. I'm reading a Ramona Shelburne piece, and she was talking about how Pelinka and Nico Harrison have been friends since like 2003. Stugotz, you smell anything?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Inside job, I think.
I smell what you're cooking, Taylor. I do. Yeah.
I think Nico Harrison was a plant to get Luka out of Dallas to LA specifically.
Huh?
Which wouldn't that infuriate you as a Dallas Mavericks fan that you are the ones who have to be the victim in all of this nonsense so LA of all organizations could get another championship, 18 already.
And then furthering this inside job theory, the Mavericks had a 1.8% chance to get the number one pick to get Cooper Flagg. They just happened to get the lottery balls and get Cooper Flagg? Or was it more of a, hey, you do us a solid, we do you a solid, you get Cooper Flagg back inside job?
That's the other thing if I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan. Like, look, I had Luka. Don't try to tell me Cooper Flagg is going to take the place of Luka. Stu has already determined he's a bust. And so, this Cooper Flagg, like, now this is going to work against
None of it has worked out for them. None of it.
You're not Luka, are you?
Yes, none of it has worked out. Luka, listen, Luka's playing well. Lakers are good. Okay. Davis is hurt. Cooper's a bust. I get all of it. The inside job theory has to be right up there in terms of all-time theories, right? It does. It's a great theory by Taylor. It's right up there with the theory of evolution, is it not?
It's right behind Michael Jordan was suspended for a year and a half for gambling.
Right.
That's the second biggest conspiracy theory in league. Probably maybe third behind frozen envelope, although that one's not that complicated.
Yes.
Top three for sure. And there's going to be more legs to it.
Can I tell you what I don't like about the Mavericks besides their fan base? The fact that their owner is called a governor. I don't like it at all. Who are you? Governor. You're an NBA owner. You're not a governor of anything.
I think Patrick Dumont sounds like a governor.
Yeah, get over yourself. You know what the G in governor stands for? Get over yourself.
Yes.
It's a weird title for an owner, is it not? The governor.
I think it's better than owner, frankly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, owner's a little touchy there.
But governor should be reserved for politics, no? I feel like.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I was watching Stanford football this past weekend, and they do something similar. They're, instead of an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator, Bobby April, he's their director of defense.
Oh, wow. That's Andrew Luck. I mean.
What is the Is it the offensive governor?
It's a director of offense.
Director of offense. Not as cool as director of defense.
Do you like it better than coordinator?
I do. It's a nice little change up.
What do you do? I direct the offense.
Yeah. I don't know. Now I like coordinate. What about orchestrate?
Ooh, I'm an orchestrator?
Offensive orchestrator would work better. A double O.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yes. Did you know that last year's Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle.
What?
And the Rookie of the Year from 2 seasons ago, Victor Wembanyama.
What?
No, that one you knew.
I did.
Castle wears number 5. Victor wears number 1. And so whenever they have an alley-oop connection, the announcer calls it Area 51, which is a great call.
Very cool.
Because it's a couple of aliens. It's really just one alien, but Stephon Castle can dunk, so I guess he's a super alien too. But that's my only note from the Spurs-Warriors game last night. No, I'm kidding.
Well, thank you. Izzy, I think what's fascinating about the NBA so far is how bad Indiana is. I do.
That's what's got you fascinated.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they are. I did see this Chat GPT or AI, I forget which one it was, situation where they predicted the next several MVPs. And somewhere over the next 10 MVPs, Tyrese Halliburton was in there. And I thought to myself, there's no way that guy can be that meaningful to his team. And then I saw the standings. And
1 in 10.
Yeah, he's pretty bad. And like, if you consider changes, I mean, Miles Turner's gone too, so they probably had to make some adjustments to how they do things. But I think it's more of a mentality thing. Like, you go from that ultimate high where you were 1 game away from winning a championship, and now nothing good is really going to come out of this year. So you just kind of fall flat. Like, that's what I feel like is happening to the Pacers, a team that is so hell bent on pace, on really aggressive defense from a few guys, and you're missing that guy who sets the tone. It's hard. It's hard to say Pascal Siakam can do the same thing. So it's fascinating in the terms that it's unfortunate, but I think the reasoning is pretty clear.
It's just fascinating from the standpoint of that was a team, as you pointed out, Eastern Conference Finals, like thought they were going to have a big time season. They're off to a 1-10 start. Izzy, I wanted to ask you something NFL related, because we had Raheem Mostert on in the first hour, and he was great. He essentially told me and Mikey A. We were having a larger discussion that I've been trying to have as to whether or not the quarterback should be able to, if he's good enough, have a say in whether or not you let go of your head coach. In this case, we were talking about Jackson Dart and Brian Daboll, who was fired earlier this week. And then it kind of morphed into a conversation because he's really tight with Tua. Now, he hasn't spoken to Tua about this. And so we asked Raheem about the quarterback having decision-making powers, right? And we asked him what he thought Tua would say if the Dolphins came to him after the season and asked if Mike McDaniel should stay on as head coach. And Raheem Mostert he said that Tua would probably say no. move on from Mike McDaniel. And I find that fascinating from this standpoint. Mike McDaniel is the guy who kind of made Tua and got Tua that big contract. But what has happened this year, especially in recent weeks, has maybe scarred that relationship a little bit. And so Raheem thinks, based on where they're at right now, that Tua would probably say, let McDaniel go.
Let me first say this, that we are, of course, responding to not Tua, Tua's friend Raheem, who has not spoken to Tua on the subject, but is guessing. Okay. Yeah. And an educated guess. Okay.
Yes.
So,
yes. And I phrased it as, based on your knowledge, based on what you know about Tua, how do you think he would respond?
I just wanted to repeat that because I don't want to make it sound like I am going in on Tua as if Tua said this. But if that is what Tua Tagovailoa actually believes, then he is more clueless than even I thought. Because if you bail on the guy who gave you your chance after you had already been shit on by the previous head coach, and the guy who got you to the point where you were leading the league in offense, leading the league in passing, rather, and then you turn on him, you think everybody else doesn't notice that? You think everybody else in that locker room doesn't say, what a disloyal piece of shit for him to just turn on Mike McDaniel? Never mind what you want to say internally or what you believe internally. Publicly, if you are not supporting Mike McDaniel in this situation, you just look like an asshole. You just look like an ungrateful asshole if you're Tua Tagovailoa. That's just flat out honest. And you know those type of people that, like, no matter how well things are going, they're always going to have something in their back pocket to complain about. They're always going to put some negativity somewhere. That's what that feels like with this, was where Tua's like always protecting himself and saying, hey, if shit goes wrong, these are the reasons I'm going to be mad at Mike McDaniel, as opposed to, hey, it's on me. Let me, fix things. Let me partner with this guy who seemed to be working for me and with me very well, and figure out what the problems are. I think it would be complete BS if that's the way Tua went.
I would say that what's happened this season has fractured that relationship. I agree with everything you just said, but when Tua, whether you agree with it or not, when he stepped up after the game at that press conference, said players are late to players only meetings, and McDaniel did not support him in that. And I think that's probably why Raheem leans towards Tua, because you want your coach's support.
Okay, so when things went south
and in bad times, and Tua was saying, hey, these guys are late to my meetings, and McDaniel is saying, well, hey, they're not late to my meetings. You know, it's like, so put that did not sit well with Tua. There's no way it did.
Fine, put that on the cons part of the list when you're thinking of pros and cons as to why Mike McDaniel should be your head coach or why you should support him.
I would only have one thing on the pro side of the list, and that's $55 million a year.
Yes, the pros, show me the money. You remember that when he was just shows you how corny he was because it was just a terrible reference and so old. All that stuff should be on the pros part of the list, and he should defend Mike McDaniel at all costs.
Joe Buck. Stugotz here. It's NBA tip-off week, and FanDuel is your home for live betting. Listen, support the people that support this show, and no one has supported us more than our friends at FanDuel. So even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to play, now is the perfect time to join because FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. That's $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So just visit FanDuel.com to sign up today. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Must be 21 and older and present in select states, or 18 and older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY New York.